DA Willis is facing pressure on every single side.
Right, guys, you can say it's been a week of highs and lows for Fani Willis. First, she narrowly avoided having to testify in the divorce case of the man she's accused of being in a relationship with, and also hiring to be the special prosecutor on this case, Nathan Wade. So that will not happen for now. Now, Fani Willis's problems have shifted to Fulton County, where there is a subpoena for her to testify later next month.
What up, crew? Welcome back to the show. You are watching The Maverick Conservative. I've got a question for you. Have you ever felt like the news is just another episode of a bad reality TV show that you never signed up for? Write your answers down below because you know I like to hear from you. Now, before we get into the news, I got one question I want to ask you. Crew, you already know what to do. But for all you new people, I'm going to ask if you could be ever so kind as to drop a token in the tip cup because your support fuels the journey, and I am forever grateful. Now, let's get into the news.
Leo Terrell joining us now. Leo, good to see you. What do people need to know about this?
Thanks, Sandra.
And what we're learning?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Nathan Wade bought time, Sandra. Nathan Wade's ex-wife has tremendous leverage. He has documentation of funding between Wade and Fani Willis going on trips. Circle February 15th on your calendar because Fani Willis and Nathan Wade will have to tell the truth in court.
I can't. Tell me I'm not the only person that finds the humor in this, right? The two quote unquote lovebirds, right? The two lovers, they got to appear in court the day after Valentine's Day? Oh man, Fani getting her cheeks clapped the day before. She gotta go to court. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only person that finds some humor in that, but that shit is funny to me.
And there's a statement that Fani Willis has to submit by Friday. Let me be very clear. What happened in the divorce settlement has zero effect, Sandra, on the outcome of the motion to remove Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, misappropriation of public funds, the conflict of interest. All that is still in play. February 15th is the key date.
Okay, February 15th. Phil Holloway said this on the chances this case against the former president will be thrown out completely. Leo, listen.
I think that it could go away if for no other reason on a conflict of interest grounds, because it's going to be very difficult to find another prosecutor willing to step in my opinion.
Well, that's interesting. And also noting the New York.
That's true, though. I did hear that Fani had actually asked two other prosecutors to take this case, and they actually turned it down. So those two individuals were way more qualified than the people that she has on the case now. And actually, I think there's a few people. Please let me know in the comments how many there are. But the other prosecutors or his help, I don't really know law terms like that, but whoever he has on the panel with him to help him actually has more qualifications than he does. So I find it very interesting that he got this opportunity and she's paying him so much money when the people that he is in charge of right now have way more qualifications and experience than he does. Very interesting to see how she's going to explain this away. But you can't make this shit up. This is hilarious, man. It's like a soap opera, bro.
Times says this, theoretically, the presiding judge, Scott McAfee, could disqualify not only Ms. Willis, but also her entire office. Though the case could then be assigned to another DA in Georgia. That process can stretch on for years. To that, you say what, Leo?
I say, Sandra, we have to. I think this case is dead personally, because I honestly believe the motivation behind filing this case against President Trump and the other 18 defendants was politically motivated. I'm telling you right now, Sandra, this case is really a case now that's been turned on to Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. They're facing civil charges, ethical charges, possible criminal charges. And I would submit to you that the motivation to bring this case was probably based on all the wrong reasons, the politicalization, the weaponization of the legal system. Also,
speaking of weaponization, did you hear that there's also possibly receipts that both of these two actually met at the Biden White House? There's speculation that they actually met with the DOJ. I'm not sure who they met with. I may actually do a video on that, but you guys scour the internet or whatever and let me know in the comments where exactly or who exactly they supposedly met with. But apparently there's some receipts about them actually meeting with the Biden administration. So look out for that. Interesting. This case just gets interesting day by day.
Let me be very clear as a civil rights attorney. Those defendants are going to have a selective prosecution case, civil case, possibly against Fani Willis, the district attorney's office, for bringing this case, because this case may be frivolous in certain aspects of it.
Leo, if I were to take this big picture, having just heard from the former president a moment ago there, he was taking some questions after meeting with the Teamsters Union. You know, we're months away. The timing of all of these cases has been everything.
Exactly. It's
but
lawfare.
seems to politically have still motivated his voters.
I think every time a case such as the Willis case in Georgia, it indicates that President Trump has been a victim of a political system that has been weaponized in the courtroom. We don't use our legal system to go after politicians.
That's right.
And I'm telling you right now, the reason why you haven't heard Fani Willis or Nathan Wade deny the charges, because there's paper trail, Sandra, that indicates something is wrong. That paper trail, those trips, that's documented evidence. How are they going to rebut that? And that is why this case is going to implode. February 15th is a key day. Fani Willis has to submit some documentation by the end of the week. That's going to be written by her lawyers. She has to go in that courtroom and be upfront and honest with the court.
Well, we know that you're watching it for everybody. Leo, thank you very much for joining us today.
All right, crew, we just got finished taking a look at that. Right now, we're going to get into my favorite segment called Digital Streets, where we actually give you the opportunity to hear from the people and how they feel about this story. Let's get into these comments. All right, one commenter says, these two scumbags should be disbarred and criminally prosecuted. I actually agree, but take a look at this follow-up comment here. 4. I'm thinking that particular commenter really didn't listen to anything Leo Terrell had to say about the ramifications and consequences. Maybe they just didn't pay attention. Another commenter says Fani should have to pay back all the money she embezzled. Today, everyone seems to have a hard time naming things when politicians do it. She made a career out of prosecuting Trump, calling him a crook, all while using taxpayer money to go on lavish vacations with the married man she was, quote unquote, keeping. Yes, I know. Sad and pathetic if you ask me. Fani is on vacation getting her cheeks clapped on the taxpayer dime. You can't make this shit up. Another commenter says, why did Loverboy Nathan suddenly settle their contentious divorce case? Bet you he got a lot of pressure from Big Fani, his meal ticket, because she didn't want to be deposed. It was a strategic move to further their cover-up of corruption. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I actually agree with this particular commenter. It is strange that all of a sudden, just when it was about to come out, when they had to actually go to court and spill all the beans, so to speak, all of a sudden, just like that, the divorce case gets settled. She's like, look, you got to do something. She's like, you got to do something. I can't have my name wrecked up in these streets. I'm already out here in these streets because I'm letting you clap these cheeks. Oh man, this is funny. This is like a soap opera. I swear, this is a soap opera. All right, one more comment, guys, and we'll go ahead to the next segment. This is the one right here, guys. Another commenter says, just wait till they get the cell phone records and all the text messages to prove everything. In all caps. It's going down in these streets, guys. Fani is out here. Fani is out here running wild on an episode of Cheaters with Loverboy Nathan Wade. Oh man. All right, crew. So we just got finished hearing from the people up in these digital streets. Another thing that I actually find interesting is the fact that you're watching this and you still haven't smashed the like button. Folks, if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that for me, please. Your support fuels the journey. I got a question for you. Are we witnessing justice or just another rigged game of lawfare? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this content and you want to see more like it, consider subscribing to the channel and check out my other videos. Until then, I'll catch you in the comments. I'm gone.